Hi everyone, TR Carter here. Thank you so much for joining me. Just like I promised, here are my 5 tips to help create more hours in your day. So all of us have 24 hours in a day. So it's really important that we learn how to manage those 24 hours effectively to get the most out of those hours. Now, I want to ask you a question. What would you do with an extra hour or two every day? Now, I hope you don't say, oh, I'd spend more time watching TV, or I would spend more time playing video games, or get on Facebook more. Let's be honest, those things are not adding value to your life, and we already make enough time for those things anyways. But I hope you ask yourself, with an extra hour or two every day, I could, spend more time with those that matter most to me. I could start that business I've always been dreaming of doing. I could spend more time learning a new skill or enjoying a hobby. Those are things that enlighten us and help us to feel more alive in our lives. So come with me. I'm going to give you my 5 tips to help you be more effective with the time that you are given. Tip number 1 is to plan. So this is kind of a given, but Benjamin Franklin once said that if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Now, I know I went through a period in my life where I wasn't a very good planner, and I felt very reactive. I felt like I really wasn't getting the most important things done in my life. But as I've learned better skills of planning, I'm much more effective, and I'm getting things that really matter to me done in my life. So if you don't have some sort of planning device, get one. Whether it's a hard copy planner, a notebook, your Google Calendar, an app, something that will help you be more efficient that works for you. Personally, I like something tangible. I like a handheld notebook planner. That works great for me. I do use my Google Calendar in some cases, but I prefer something tangible. But that's just me. Find something that works for you and then use it. So I like to look at my life monthly, weekly, and daily. So that allows me to look ahead, to prepare for what's coming up so things don't sneak up on me that create stress. So monthly, I look ahead, and then weekly, I look at my week and I ask myself questions like, what's most important to me this week? And questions like, what doesn't really matter? What can I eliminate this week to help simplify my life? And then I go through and I plan accordingly. And this is also a great time to get with your spouse, your family, and discuss what's coming up so everybody's on the same page as far as what obligations each of you have. Then you're there to support and to help each other, and your kid doesn't tell you the day before that they need cookies for a class outing the next day. So being prepared, let's be honest, dreams are intentional. Success and happiness and abundance is not just going to fall into your lap. You have to plan for it. If you're not happy with the way your life looks on a daily basis, plan. Plan allows you to kind of create, it's kind of like creating a blueprint for your day so that it looks the way that you want it to. And it can be really powerful, and it allows you to determine where you're headed and where your focus is. Something that's really important is planning, and when you plan, set goals for yourself. This will give you vision and focus and motivation. I also plan on a daily basis. This is when I look at my next day. I always do it the night before. I look at my next day, and I go through and I prepare for what is coming up ahead. All right. Tip number 2, time block. So this is a game changer for me. Once I learned to time block, so much changed in my life. So basically, what is time blocking? So time blocking means that you're blocking out time for certain tasks. So like I said before, when I plan my week, I am looking at my week and I'm going to block time for the most important things in my life. These are things like family night, date night, time that I spend with my kids, working on goals and dreams and ambitions that I have, spending time for me and enjoying a hobby or just rejuvenating myself. These are things that I time block. And what I find when I time block is it allows me to be fully present in that moment. It allows me to not be sitting there playing with my daughter, but stressed because I need to be working on a project that's coming up. It allows me, because I know that I have time planned for that project, I can be fully present with my daughter and I'm not stressed because I'm not doing something that is obviously a little bit more urgent. I have time blocked for that, so I can be fully present with her. Because you can be physically with somebody but not mentally be there, and people sense that. But if you're intentional, if you plan properly, it allows you to really be present with those that matter to you. Time blocking is essential. So this is when I do this, like I said, on a weekly and a daily basis. And I go through and I block out periods of time where I work on different things. Pretty much my whole day is blocked out with things that I have planned for that day. Now, you don't have to be that extreme, but it helps me to have structure, and I always know what I'm doing at every hour of the day. And then it makes me more efficient, because some people will argue that planning is a waste of time. You need to do more acting. But to be honest, if you plan, the actions are going to be more efficient. You're going to save time in the long run because you're not going to be running around like a chicken with their head cut off, because your actions are going to be intentional. You're knowing what you're working towards. Okay, so tip number 3 is prioritize. So this is kind of what you're doing when you're time blocking, right? You're prioritizing the most important tasks in your week and in your day. I remember being told the analogy of, you have a jar, and if you put the big rocks in first, then the medium rocks, then the small rocks, and then the sand, everything fits in the jar. But if you do it the opposite way, so the sand, the small, the medium rocks, and then the big rocks, not everything's gonna fit. If we prioritize our day, the most important things are gonna get done, and sometimes not everything gets done. Let's be honest, our to-do lists are almost always bigger than our capabilities and our time. But sometimes if we prioritize properly, those things that don't get done didn't need to be done anyways. And it allows, sometimes we just have to be okay with that. Accept our limitations and let go of the things that really weren't that important in the first place. Prioritizing allows you to do that. Now, I find that sometimes I struggle with prioritizing when I have blocked time out for multiple tasks. So if I have a time block to work on some goals or some business items, and I have multiple items in that time block, it really helps me to number out, in order of priority, what tasks need to be done. Otherwise, because I'm very task-oriented, I like to get things done quick and easy, I'm going to do the fastest and the easiest task first. And sometimes that's not the most important task. So it's really helpful if you prioritize tasks, prioritize your to-do lists, block out time for your to-do list so that the most important things get done. And those are the things that should matter most. All right, tip number 4 is get up earlier. Now, I know that's totally not what you wanted to hear. Is that you have to get up a little earlier, especially if you're a mom. You like your sleep, especially if you have little ones that don't sleep very good through the night. But I was recently talking to my husband about this, whining that I didn't have enough time for things. I felt like I was being really good at managing my time, but I still didn't feel like I had enough time to work on some goals and tasks that I wanted. He suggested that I get up an hour earlier every day. Now, I kind of resented that, but it has been one of the best things for me. As I've gotten up an hour earlier, it's allowed me to make more time for the things that matter to me, and to have some extra time to work on those tasks before my daughter gets up. As busy moms, if you wait till your kids are jumping in bed with you, waking you up, or your baby's screaming, you're waking up on reactive mode. You don't want to be on reactive mode. If you get up early and you pray, you meditate, you ponder, you visualize and set a stage for your day, that's going to impact how your entire day goes, because it's going to impact how you are mentally and the attitude you carry. If you wake up reactive, you're going to feel stressed and anxious all day long. I can guarantee it. And even if you don't have kids, if you're waking up when your alarm goes off, you only have 30 minutes to get to work, you're rushing out the door, that's going to set the stage for your day. Get up a little earlier. Set the tone. Take time to really ponder and reflect on your life and on what you want in your life. Take time doing things that make you feel alive. That it will make you a better mom, a better employee, a better whatever your role is in your life because you did that, I promise. All right, tip number 5 is make time for you. So, you like that one, right? All of us, if we're not taking care of ourselves, we really are not efficient to take care of others. And especially for a mother, a spouse, we have people that are depending on us to be there for them. And so it's really important that we're present, that we have the energy to be able to be present with them and to take care of their needs. But we can't do that if we're not taking care of ourselves. So it's important, block out time at the beginning of your week for an hour every week that you get to just relax. You get to wind down, you get to take time for yourself. But also block out time for personal development. You are your greatest asset, so take care of that asset, develop skills, and develop and strengthen yourself. I find that when I'm working on myself, when I'm doing things that are helping me develop as a person, developing skills, developing different characteristics that I want in myself, then I am way happier. Because I feel like I'm headed in the right direction. I may not be perfect. Don't allow yourself to fall for the lie that if life's not perfect, you can't be happy. That's not true. But when you're headed in the right direction, you will be so much happier with your life. And taking care of yourself and doing self-development, like reading books, listening to webinars, paying for a course that will allow you to develop a new skill or work on something that you've been wanting to work on for a long time, those things will help you feel more alive and will help you to be happier and more fulfilled in your life. So those are my 5 time management tips. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that you will stick around and listen for more tips that I have for you. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time. Comment below and let me know how these tips helped you and how you're implementing them into your life and the results you're seeing. Till we meet again, sending a little sunshine your way.